Hello, board gamers, tabletop players. Welcome to Two Players, One Review. My name is Matthew.
And I am Alan. So today what we're doing is talking about Command of Nature. This is the newest game from Unstable Games. They've made some games you may know. Unstable Unicorns, Here to Slay, Casting Shadows. A couple are pretty popular. Today we're going to do our little opinion and review on not only the base game, we have the game here.
We also got the Command of Nature Sand and Wind expansion.
2 new factions.
We got it from the Kickstarter.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this came in a short while ago. Got a chance to play through it, get some good playthroughs in, and ready to share our opinion. So, brief overview. This is a competitive deck building battle game. The goal of the game is to protect your Master Sage and defeat their Master Sage.
And the Master Sage is always put in the same spot. It's put in the middle of row 3 of your formation.
On both sides.
On both sides.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
This game has a lot of different variables in the game, like hand management. You also have to watch which character is in which row.
It has some placement, so if some characters will only activate their power if they're in row 1, 2, or 3 of your side.
Mm-hmm.
It has some resource management, not a lot.
Just coins.
The main way you play this game is the action and sequence you take with your hand. Mm-hmm. The base game comes with 4 factions. And when I first saw the fire, rock, water, grass, my first thought was, oh no, tech advantage.
No,
there's not.
Which is kind of good because you don't want like fire versus water, and then the water just destroys them. So it's like if you're doing a random draw game, it doesn't matter.
You don't want to lose before you even sit down.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But the good thing is that each of them play very differently. So you're not just doing the same gameplay with each element sage that you choose to play.
Yes. So each faction does have its own play style. And that's what you get with each elemental.
There's Pebble, Twig, Droplet, and Leaf. Then with the Sand and Wind, you get Sand and Wind.
Mm-hmm.
And Pebble likes to focus on gaining a bunch of shields, just tanking the damage.
More of a defensive style.
Twig likes aggression and likes to stack boost tokens, which means you get like more attack.
Mm-hmm.
Droplet likes formation manipulation and card advantage, so it can draw more cards, and then it could shift people around on your board a lot easier than other sages.
As we mentioned, things happen based on where your elementals are at in the formation. So the easier you can move them around and shift them, that's good.
And then Leaf has a unique function where it, instead of gaining shield, gaining boost, manipulation of the board, it likes to focus on graveyard and hand management. Mm-hmm. It's got things where it could take something from the graveyard and put it on top of your deck, so next turn you can have it.
Or play it directly from the graveyard and get basically twice a turn.
Basically twice a turn, yeah. Mm-hmm. And with the expansion, we get Sand and Wind. These 2 characters are pretty good. The Wind is really cool because you can only attack 1 time with each character. That means if this character does a melee attack against this character, he can't attack the whole rest of the round. With Wind, you gain a Tailwind token, which is unique to the elemental. And what it basically does is, say you put it on, your front formation guy, and he does a melee attack to this one. That means what you can do is typically you can't attack twice with the same person.
You have to swap them out, let the other guy move in and attack.
And that's 2 actions. 1 to swap, 1 to attack. But what's really cool about these Tailwind tokens, if it had it on there, all you do is remove it, and you can play another attack event with the same guy. So it's really good about stacking attacks. And what's also cool is Sand, you get these things called erosion tokens. I hope I'm saying that right. What it basically does is it's kind of like poisoning, what you do is you put it on the enemy formation, and they remove 1 a turn, but then put 1 damage on it. So if it's got 3 at the end of the opponent's turn, it goes to 2, and since you took 1 away, it gets 1 damage.
And when most of the elements only have between 2 to 4, most commonly 2 to 4 life,
Right.
when you only have 2 to 3, 4 turns with a character, you got to think about what to do with them quickly.
Mm-hmm.
And it does exactly what erosion says. It wears them down over time. So it does add some nice content to the game. 2 unique abilities that you don't see in the general market.
Mm-hmm.
Nice addition. So what we like about this game, it's pretty simple. It's a lighter game. It's pretty simple to set up. I get my 6 cards. You get your 6 cards. And we're ready to play. The dashboards fold so they fit in the box. And again, they aid in setup.
Very good quality, by the way.
Yeah, nice and thick. I don't feel like they'll warp.
No.
My only concern would be maybe the fold over time, but we'll see as it goes. The dashboard on them, each player has their turn reference. What you can do has your wallet, which is where you store your gold, and has your level marker. As you level up, you move, we'll borrow Twigs, your marker up through the ranks. And not only does it keep track of what level you're on, it tells you what you unlock at that stage. So it's real simple.
And the nice thing about it is there's no complicated XP level up. It's super simple.
Mm-hmm.
If this one does a melee attack, kills him, you move it up to 2.
It's per elimination.
It's per elimination, so there's no counting XP or anything like that.
Mm-hmm. So I really like the setup. I like the dashboards. I really like that each faction plays differently. They play differently when you're playing them. Are you going to be aggressive, defensive, worry about discard, your graveyard, and playing against them? You have to kind of change your strategy based on what you kind of expect the other person to do.
Another really cool thing about this game is I really like the artwork, personally.
Yes.
The artwork on this is very good.
If you are familiar with Unstable Games, again, they're Unstable Unicorns, Here to Slay.
Casting Shadows.
Yep, they have some great artwork. Their art style, I feel, is unique. But you see, and you know it's Unstable Games.
Mm-hmm.
They continue that into this game, and it makes it really fun to play. Yes, you're battling, trying to eliminate the other guy, but you're doing it with really cute characters.
You are.
Mm-hmm. And it goes past the characters.
It does.
They did a great job on the boxes.
These box arts are one of the best ever. Like with the what is it, glow?
They put a foil.
Or foil, that's what it is.
They put a foil on the boxes. I hope that's showing up. Where has that been upside down the entire time? There we go. So they put a foil on there. This one's kind of chromatic. That one's kind of more single color. This one has different, like a rainbow around it.
Well, it's different because it's the green, the blue. That's why it's got the multicolored.
See,
and then this
I learned something.
Has the sand colors and then
the blue up top. It does.
Blue up top, yeah.
Normally, when I have a game with the expansion, I'll redo the divider, move all the pieces in, get rid of the expansion box to help reduce shelf space. I can't get myself to throw that away. It's beautiful.
Well, one of the cool things is usually companies, when they make multiple boxes, they usually don't put effort into the secondary game box,
or just making it thick and making it holographic, and it doesn't affect the game, but it's a good impression. I like that.
It looks really good on the shelf.
It does. Last thing I like, the tokens themselves.
Instead of having to stack, if you got 4 of them, instead of having to stack all of them up, they did it really simple. That's not going to show.
They're double-sided.
This is a 1. Flip it. That's a 3.
And they did that on their shield.
Did it on the shield,
the boost,
the token, the boost,
the gold,
the erosion
the damage.
tokens.
So yeah, 1 damage, 3 damage. You just flip it over. Pretty simple.
I like that over having separate tokens because I know in some games they'll have the the ones and the threes and the fives and the what just keep going. I like how it's just 1 and 3. There's not separate. These are the ones. These are the threes.
Right, and it's not ones and threes. It's they're combined ones and threes.
Mm.
So yeah, it's one token pool. You grab your damage, you grab your shield, you grab your boost, and it's either. It's all you need.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You don't need 5 damage.
No. Overall, the only things I kind of think could be improved in this game, as with any deck building game, you're really at the mercy of the market. No matter what your strategy is, what your goal is, you only have 3 action cards and 3 elemental cards available at any time. And if the cards you need aren't up there, you can't do anything.
Yeah, I have to agree with that because if you're planning to play like really aggressive,
no attacks come up.
Nothing comes up that's attack, or the opposite. You could be playing Pebble, gaining a bunch of shields. Nothing defensive comes up, and only attack stuff.
Now you can spend 1 gold to refresh the market,
which is nice because in a lot of games you are stuck with the market how it is.
But that kind of leads me to my second kind of nitpick: gold. Gold is a finite resource in this. You typically only get 3 per turn, and with most deck building games, you ramp up your resource management, and then next turn you're getting 4, 5, 6 gold. Doesn't happen a lot in this game. Most turns you're stuck to your 3 gold, and if you're spending your gold to reset the market, there's many turns where you won't actually be able to buy anything.
Because if something on the board is like what you said before, if something on the board is 6, 6, 7, or 3, 3, 2,
you have to spend a gold to refresh it.
And you got to spend a gold to refresh it, or you only gain 3. You're buying one thing, and that's not really ramping your hand. Or
many turns I found myself saving my 3 gold for the following turn as opposed to spending it because I want something. I wish there's a way to gain more income faster.
I think the most expensive is 9.
But
Does that sound correct? So 3 turns until you can buy that 1 card.
Now there are some cards in the market that give you extra gold.
Right.
There are a couple of abilities with factions that give you extra gold, but they're really few and far between.
Again, chance in the market if it's going to be even available to buy.
So the majority of turns, I found myself collecting 3 gold, and that was it.
Yeah.
But overall, that doesn't take anything away from the game.
No. So overall, very, very good game. Enjoyable to play. And it's not one of those games where you get out and it's going to take an hour. So it's like a medium playthrough, like 30 to 40 minutes if you're playing 2-player.
Yeah, they say it's either 2-player 1-on-1 or 4-player 2-on-2. 2-player games, 30 minutes. 4-player games, closer to an hour. But overall, you're a pretty light game, easy setup, easy to play. And yeah, it doesn't take a big commitment to get through a game.
No, not like some other games where it takes an hour just to set up.
No. It's real easy to understand. You can learn the rules in a couple minutes. Can teach them just as quick. It's a lighter game, but still has some strategy to it. You still have to think about where you're moving your pieces. Do I want to move to the front to activate my ability, but make him more vulnerable to your guys? There's thoughts into how you manipulate your board.
There really is.
And you can win and lose a game by where you place your pieces. So a light game, good strategy, easy to play. Definitely recommend it. It's fun.
We definitely recommend it. This game is very fun.
So let us know if you have played it, what your thoughts are. Let us know if you add it to your collection.
And also let us know if there's any particular things you want to see. Maybe a playthrough, maybe
question about certain factions.
Just let us know in the comments.
Perfect. Well, thank you for watching. I hope you do like, subscribe. It does help us out. And I hope you enjoyed.
We'll see you next time.
Thank you.